Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of On the Beat, here from 744 Ocean as always. I'm Tony Olivero here with my fellow football beat writers, Andrew John, Brett LoGiurato. We'll be previewing this weekend's game as SU travels to Rutgers, 3:30 tip on ESPNU Saturday. Obviously, I guess the main theme heading into the weekend is the bowl talk. SU's trying to secure the bowl bid for the second weekend in a row. But with that, they're going on the road, 3-0 on the road, the best road team in the Big East, only 0-2 at home. Andrew, how do you, analyze this whole situation of them being 3-0 on the road, 0-2 at home in the Big East play?
Yeah, it is pretty crazy that they are winless at home in Big East play, but undefeated on the road. I think that as you mentioned in your column, or the other day, I just think that going on the road, this team has a chance to kind of bond a little bit better. And we saw that at West Virginia, and as Brett saw at South Florida, and you saw at Cincinnati, this team really just sticks together and plays well together, and really takes a lot of pride in going out there and kind of shutting up the home crowd of their opponent. And that'll be the challenge this week, is going into Rutgers, this place that some players have described as hostile, and getting that seventh win to get them back to bowl eligibility.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned traveling to Rutgers, and there's even an article in the Star Ledger today about how Rutgers hasn't been faring well at home. So now I guess you combine that with the fact that SU is 3-0 on the road, and when talking to the players this week, the defense feels that they benefit from going on the road, and I guess what that provides just in taking those kinds of trips and just yielding, I guess, natural focus and not being at home. But just getting back to the main points here, SU's going for their fourth win. They're on the road, and Rutgers is a team that struggles at home, and Rutgers is the worst offense in the Big East, total offense there. So Syracuse, it looks like everything's shaping up for this bowl victory. The defense seems confident. It seems like, once again, we're getting back to that week-by-week mentality of this team. But they're hitting the road again, and we'll see if it continues. But I guess just offensively for SU, what are we expecting this week down there in New Brunswick? Obviously, Ryan Nassib has thrown a touchdown pass for, I don't know if it's 11 games in a row or whatever it may be. But, I guess he's staying consistent, but he hasn't looked too good these last few games, whereas SU has been going to Delon. What are we going to see?
I think it's clear from last week that the SU offense struggles with pressure, and luckily for them this week, Rutgers is not a team that gets a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They're 118th in the nation out of 120 teams in sacks. So it's a break for Ryan Nassib. It's a chance to see if he can open things up downfield. At the same time, Rutgers has given up I think it's 3 or 4 straight 100-plus games to opposing running backs. So with DeLon Carter averaging over 90 yards per game, it's a recipe for offensive success combined with everything. So I think this game, in any Big East game, is a chance for SU to collectively break out of its offensive shell, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned some good things there, and the two things that I think SU's going to have to worry about this weekend is one, Mohamed Sanu, the number one, I guess, threat there offensively for Rutgers out of the Wildcat, whether he's split out wide, he's the guy they're going to be looking to go to. But more importantly than that, and this is the big variable heading into this game, where it seems as if the defense has a good matchup and the offense also has a good matchup off the strength of DeLon Carter, is special teams. Everyone knows Rutgers is going to be bringing some trickery in there. It just remains to be seen how and how much. So, as I said in my prediction, and we'll jump into those now, it remains to be seen if, I think the main thing here is if Rutgers, thanks to the trickery, can get good field position, if they just, not even throughout the game perhaps, but, 3 or 4 times, and they can get points on the board, I think they're going to have a shot against this SU team. If they don't, I think SU is just an all-around better team that matches up better. But Rutgers will bring some skilled players. So my prediction for this weekend is 24-10, Syracuse securing the bowl bid after losing out on it last week. Andrew, what do you got?
Yeah, I think that Syracuse does have a chance to go down there and really run away with this one. As Brett mentioned, I think that their offense is really going to probably have some success. But I know that there are times when Syracuse has reverted to playing down to the level of its opponent at times this season. I think that could happen, and for that reason, I think I'm going to play it a little bit closer than it might actually end up being, and I'm going to say that Syracuse is going to win 17-13. I do think that right now Syracuse offense, you know, they just haven't been playing as well as they were earlier in the season, and I don't know if it's the defense they're starting to figure them out. You know, but I know that Louisville really played well defensively against Syracuse, and you know, I think that Rutgers could do that this week.
I'm picking Syracuse to 20-14. I think Rutgers will it won't really be that close. I think Rutgers will get a garbage time touchdown in there at the end. But yeah, I think it's a game that will be pretty comfortable for SU. It should be for almost the entire game. You know, from everything that we talked about, from the Road Warriors to their defense matching up very well against the offense, their offense matching up very well against Rutgers' defense, I think, you know, it's a recipe for a win for SU if they go out and execute. So I think they should get the win. I think they should secure a bowl bid and come back home for the final 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't that be an interesting scene after all these years, I guess, under Greg Robinson, where Rutgers is this team that's stealing New York City and stealing all that SU had, SU celebrating a bowl bid a little bit early in the season than anyone expected on their home field. Remains to be seen if it happens, but be sure to check back in Sunday as we will be providing all of your in-game coverage, live tweets, everything that you need to know during the game, as well as obviously our text message alerts at halftime and after the game. And be sure to check back in after the game for all of our complete coverage, and of course in Monday's print edition of the Daily Orange, everything you need from a gamer, sidebar, column, notebook, just everything you need to know about this weekend's game. For another edition of Daily Orange, for Andrew and Brett, Tony, see you guys.